Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to For the Guys. This is a little broadcast that I do for the men. And of course, men are important to the work of the gospel. And ladies, you're wonderful. We love you. Amazing. So valuable, so treasured. But men, you have a place to step into in the body of Christ. And a lot of people forget that God has used both men and women throughout the Bible. But men have always borne the weight of our existence. We're the ones who are supposed to be responsible. We're the ones who are supposed to be the rock of the family. We're supposed to be the ones who bring consistency to life. We're the ones. And of course, when you see instance after instance in the Bible, you see that God chose men. He chose faithful men, it says, that could do the work of the gospel. And just because you don't hang a reverend or bishop or pastor or any one of the offices of the fivefold ministry in front of your name, that means absolutely nothing. But what it does mean is that you have callings as a man. You have giftings as a man. Today, I want to talk about wives. I want to talk about what a wife is. And now this is for single men. It's for married men. It's for men whose marriages haven't worked out. It's for men who are still trying to get their marriage to work out. But listen to what it says here in Proverbs 18, verse 22. It says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Let me read it again. "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Well, what does that mean, Pastor Larry? Well, finding a wife isn't just getting a hold of a woman. It's not just meeting someone from the opposite sex and making it work. I've known so many people, male and female, men and women. I've known people who've gotten together and they found somebody, and just because they got along, just because they had a few laughs, just because they had a little fun, they somehow got it in their head that this is the person they should marry. Nothing could have been further from the truth. Because in this office, in this very room right here, I can tell you that I've seen some tragic things go down between men and women. I've seen marriages completely unravel right in front of my eyes. I've heard his story, and then I've heard her story, and then we've heard their story, and then we've heard about the kids. And every time I hear one of these situations that come forth, it breaks my heart, because I realize that people don't understand that just because you find someone to marry doesn't mean that that's the person you should have married. Am I talking to anybody today? I'll bet I am. Because you see, when you find a good wife, men, what you've found is you found someone who shares your hopes and dreams, and by the same token, you share in their hopes and dreams. You bring joy to their life. You try to bring the presence of God into their lives, because you see, the picture of a husband and wife is just a picture of Christ and the church. That's all it is. And we could not exist as a church with a Christ who was not the priest of our church. And likewise, a marriage cannot last without having a man in that marriage who is the priest of his household. Well, you say, you know what? My wife is just rebellious. My girlfriend is just rebellious. I don't know. Am I doing the right thing? Should I get married? Well, this is something that is a really good idea to tackle and address before you get to the altar or the justice of the peace, or whoever's going to do the dirty deed of putting that marriage together. Because you see, only you will know. And this comes from talking together. It comes from praying together. This is why it's so important to have God in your marriage. This is why it's so important to have the the bride of Christ as your example in that marriage, where you become men, talking to you, you become the priest of that household. You become the one who is responsible. You become the one who is the leader, because you see, I'll use my wife as an example. She is a strong woman. She is an anointed preacher. She can do things I can't do. She can preach things I can't preach. She's talented, gifted with her hands. She's an artist. She has all of these gifts on her own. But she lets me be the priest of the house. Why is that? Because she can't do it? No, she could very easily run things if she wanted to, but she knows that it's not God's order. Now, if I'm talking to an atheist, or if I'm talking to somebody who's an agnostic today, this isn't going to make much good sense to you, because you don't understand the dynamic of Christ and the church. Christ and the church. You see, and I'm going to talk to those atheists and agnostics again. Jesus existed. That's a fact. Jesus died and went to a criminal's cross and died, and then he rose again on the third day. That is a provable thing. And the other thing is that there's got to be an explanation for all of what we have right now. There's an explanation for this world. There's an explanation for where we come from and where we're going. So, putting all that aside, there's an order to a marriage, and that order is fashioned and formed after the church. Christ and the church. Jesus is the priest. Christ is the priest. The bride is the church. The bride is the people of God. So I want you to think about what this means to you. Are you in a marriage right now that needs a priest? Are you in a marriage that needs leadership in it? You know, guys, if that's happening, there's no one to blame but yourselves. You need to be the one who leads. You were called to be the leader. You were called to be that priest in your home. Hey, you know what? That's all we're going to share for today, but I thank you for tuning in and listening. Hey, you know what? If you'd like to sow into the ministry of Joy Fellowship Church for the guys, by the way, guys, we got a meeting tonight at the church. Chef Burton is making his famous jambalaya. That's going to be awesome, and we're also going to have darts, so it ought to be a real good time here tonight. That's Thursday night. Every Thursday night we have something really good, so just give us a shout here on one of the links, and we'll let you know what's coming up. Alrighty, but if you'd like to support the ministry, you can do so with our Tidely app. All you have to do is download it for Apple or Android, and you can give a gift. Just look for Joy Fellowship Church Slidell. We'll pop right up. Or if you'd like the even quicker route, you can just go to PayPal and use our quick PayPal link at paypal.me/Joy Fellowship Church. Again, that's paypal.me/Joy Fellowship Church, and you can give your tax deductible tithe or offering or gift or whatever you would like to do. Hey, you know what? We love you. God bless you. So glad you were with us today. Look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care.